Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this edition of Who's Who in America in Your Community. This segment brings to you committed individuals who have dedicated their lives to serving Allah. We introduce to you individuals locally, nationally, and internationally. Today in the studio with us, we have founder and president of the Senior Citizen Islamic Society, Sister Yuna Khan, and the co-founder and secretary of said organization, Brother Yaqub Khan. Welcome to the program, brother and sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Both of them hail from Trinidad, and they have set milestones there as well as coming to South Florida more than 23 years ago. They came up with the vision of starting and originating the organization Senior Citizen of Islamic Society. What motivated you, Sister Yuna, to launch such an organization?
That's very interesting because I was nearing retirement age, and being in a medical profession, I've seen lots of senior citizens come into the hospital maltreated by their children or close relatives, neglected, and were very unhappy.
And we talk about Muslim families.
Muslims and non-Muslims. So I vowed that I should be able to make a difference in their lives as well as my own on retirement. And that prompted me to get a group of senior citizens together and form this organization.
It's really a marvelous idea because, you know, too often in our community today, we find that the elderly, they're usually the neglected ones, and they're the ones who dedicated their lives when they were much younger to serving their children and their family, and now when they come to a certain age, they seem to be the forgotten ones.
Correct.
Brother Yaqub, how long has this organization been in existence?
This organization started in the year 2002.
So it's fairly new. And what is your mission statement?
The mission statement of the Senior Citizens Islamic Society is to serve the physical, spiritual, and psychosocial needs of the senior population of our community by providing an environment in which Muslim seniors will feel that their religious beliefs and practices are not compromised.
And what is the vision?
The vision of the society is to provide a wonderful and a meaningful environment in which our senior citizens will live a happy, peaceful, and contented life, inshallah.
And I'm really impressed with both the mission statement and the vision that you've outlined for the Senior Citizen Organization. What has been the responses to you from the society thus far? How did people react to catering for the senior citizen? Because I know it's a very touchy subject.
It is, but we have had overwhelming response, positive
That's
responses
great, mashallah.
from the community.
And how, in terms of the feedback and the responses that you've gotten, did it cover from a wide cross-section, or is it just the elderly supporting the elderly? Did you get support from the people nearing that age and even younger?
Yes, certainly. We've got a cross-section of ages.
That's good. It's fantastic because I know when I first heard of Senior Citizen, I said, oh, that's not for me. That organization is not for me. You know, I'm not going to be interested in anything that organization has to offer. But after coming across and seeing some of the activities that you guys have embarked upon, it really is for everyone in the community, and the name should not fool our audience thinking it's only for a certain age group or a certain crowd.
Quite correct. Because very often the younger generation fail to realize that the senior citizens have wisdom, experience, and a wide range of knowledge that they can impart to the younger generation. That is sadly neglected, and that source of knowledge is not tapped at all.
And what has been the response from the masajids? Have they supported you in this project?
Some have. When we initially started this program, the Masjid al-Margate, we had meetings there. We started a group there, and alhamdulillah, that group is still in existence, and they're very active.
So you have branches of senior citizens in different masajids?
Initially when we started, we meant to go to each masjid and start a group, but the response was not there.
Okay, we're going to take a short break at this point, and we'll get back to both President and Secretary of Senior Citizen Organization. Please stay tuned and join us.
Welcome to Toyota of Hollywood. No matter what your new car needs are, it's our goal to make every step of your ownership experience as easy as possible. Let our professional, trained sales staff help you find the right car at the right price. Discover an easy ownership experience at Toyota of Hollywood today. We're conveniently located at 1841 North 60th Avenue in Hollywood, Florida.
Will you like to have your events broadcasted live? Contact Al-Hikmat Productions, a full-service video production for Islamic functions, weddings, seminars, etc. For more details, contact Al-Hikmat office 1-800-804-0267. That's 1-800-804-0267. Eat healthy, eat halal at Ashraf's Halal Meat Center for all your East and West Indian grocery for genuine halal USDA meat. Stop in or call in your orders at 305-654-0195. That's 305-654-0195.
Are you tired of calling cards? Are you fed up of those long PIN numbers? Then use Sensible, international direct calling for cents only. For more details, contact the Al-Hikmat office at 954-986-0158. That's 954-986-0158.
Estinate Caribbean Market, East and West Indian grocery for all your halal meats, fish, and vegetables. Call to place your order at 954-961-6160. That's 954-961-6160.
Are you a student seeking scholarship or financial aid to study Islam? Contact Al-Hikmat Services at 1-800-804-0267 or 954-986-0158. That's 954-986-0158. We also have locations in Jamaica and Trinidad, West Indies.
If you would like to advertise your business on Al-Hikmat TV online 24/7, Al-Hikmat website, and Al-Hikmat Monthly Muslim Magazine, please contact the Al-Hikmat office at 954-986-0158. That's 954-986-0158.
Tune in for Friday Khutbah at 1:30 p.m., broadcasting live from Darul Uloom Institute, Pembroke Pines, Florida, on Al-Hikmat TV online.
Welcome back. If you're now joining us in the studio with me today, I have Sister Yuna, who is the President and Founder of Senior Citizen Islamic Society, and Brother Yaqub, the Co-Founder and Secretary of said organization. We left off talking about the mission statement and vision for the Senior Citizen Islamic Society, and Sister Yuna was telling us of some of the things that she has embarked upon. Why don't you give us in detail, Sister Yuna, some of the programs that you have endeavored in with the Senior Citizen Islamic Society?
Of course. We have started off by trying to educate the senior citizens about aging process, what makes people old, and how they can combat that. And we talked about physical maintenance, we talked about positive psychosocial behaviors, and we talked about cultural identity, cultural diversity, and how to be able to come together culturally. And in order to do that, we started programs every month, a seminar. We host a seminar every month. We invite doctors and trained personnel to come and talk about physical conditions, explaining conditions that commonly affect the aged people. And we invite pharmacists to come and talk about drug interaction. So they explain the effects of drugs and drug interaction, side effects of drugs, overdosage, so senior citizens, but be careful when taking medication. We talked about, side by side with that, each seminar we address the religious or the spiritual component relating to the physical.
So you're feeding both the physical mind as well as the spiritual?
Correct, correct. So what we do is, for example, the last seminar we had, we talked about maintaining a healthy heart. So correspond with that, we had someone come in and talk about, a religious person come in and talk about how you maintain or how you cleanse your heart. And that was very informative, because people understood then maintaining a healthy heart physically and maintaining a healthy heart spiritually combined makes you a total person, and a much better person, a more positive person, who'll be able to see life in a different perspective, who'll be able to enjoy life.
And that will work for any individual, not just
the senior citizens. That's the point I wanted
to make. That's the beauty.
To see, so whether you're young or old, you benefit from the program. And each month we have a seminar. We have the physical aspect covered. Have the pharmacist come and talk about the relevant medication relating to that specific condition. And we have the religious head coming and talking about the spirituality component of that special condition.
So they feed it to each other.
Into each other. We try to merge it so it makes sense.
And what has been, Brother Yaqub, the response from the community? And I'm curious to find out about the ratio of men to women. Do you think more men are interested in this, in the organization? What has been the ratio? I'm just curious.
That's a very good point, because so far the response has been like more women than men. And the thing is, because the men feel that they are strong and healthy, they don't
nothing's going to happen to them.
They don't need advice, whatever, you know. And the women need it more. So the women came on many occasions. We had mostly women, but some of them were they were very pleased with whatever took place, and they were very enthusiastic. And some of them passed on the information to their husbands and some of the males in their family. And gradually we found that more and more men came.
They're coming in.
Perhaps, as you mentioned, the age group that we try to target, initially it was like 55 years and over. But we have discovered over the period of time that the age barrier doesn't really count, because people are getting older, as we call it, and not in terms of chronological age, but physically, so that people need it. Maybe mentally you feel that you're not old, but physically you get old, and maybe say like before time, as you call it. And most of the people now believe that they should, you know, attend these programs and get whatever information that they get from it for their physical needs, because they get advice from qualified doctors. And they realize that the physical needs are important, and it is said that a healthy mind is important for anybody who wants to remain young.
So you seem to have broken the barrier over the years about the age issue, because I know in initial stages that was a big component into the, you know, one of the reactions from the community was the age. And it seems as though you've successfully broken down that barrier, so that's good, alhamdulillah. And what are your future plans? What do you foresee? What do you have in plan for senior citizen? I'm sure with this organization, I'm sure you have, you know, a bright future planned for this. So this is just the beginning.
Before I go into that question, I'd like to add to what I just said.
Yes, certainly.
In terms of activities we have been doing, in addition to looking at the spiritual, physical, psychosocial, and whatever I've told you, we also addressed the nutritional aspect of the senior citizens. Because at that age, the old people tend to neglect the types of food to eat. Some forget what they're supposed to eat, the types of food to maintain their health. And the stuff themselves are carbohydrate. So we have addressed the nutritional aspect in that we serve a lunch every Saturday, so they can see the type of food we serve, healthy food that we serve, no sodas, water. And it's fun when they come that ask for soda but is denied. In addition to that, we are about to look at the end of life stage, where people...
That should be really interesting.
Where we intend to let people see how they can, you know, maintain that contact with Allah, how they can live to maintain that contact, and what they can do, and how we can help. And teach children about the end of care life of parents. And we want to have a seminar on ghusl, bathing the dead, and preparation for burial and that sort of thing.
I think it's a fantastic idea. You just mentioned of incorporating the entire family in this process and becoming involved in the senior citizen organization, where the individuals, the children who are caretakers of their parents, they need to learn how to take care of the elderly. They need to learn what their needs are and to prioritize, because sometimes we get so caught up in the dunya, we get so caught up in this world that we tend to forget, you know, that they have special needs, and they were there when we were young. And so it's very important, I'm glad that you mentioned that we need to go back to deal with the entire family, not just the senior citizen or the elderly and label them as such, but we need to really focus on the entire family coming together. And you mentioned people in the community coming and getting involved. How have you been able to recruit people? Have they been from the Muslim community or wider cross-section?
Wider cross-section. We have non-Muslims coming in to help me with assessment.
And what has been their response? I mean, the non-Muslim people coming in.
Oh, they're amazed. They're fantastic. They're amazed. They're very happy that we have done that. What we do is when we have a session, we do have a clinical session first of all. We do blood pressure checks, blood sugar checks, and sometimes cholesterol checks. And
they look forward to, I mean, I'm sure the elderly, when they come out to these monthly sessions, they look forward to getting these things done, because they probably don't get it done on a regular basis.
They do. And they come fasting, and we provide a snack for them. And
so you let them know beforehand
to
be prepared?
That's established now.
Right. So do you have any other individuals assisting you with this? Because it seems like a lot of groundwork needs to be done prior to actually having these sessions. Is it just both of you, or do you have other individuals assisting you with this as well?
We have other people invited in this, assisting.
Are they, if I don't mind me asking, the elderly, or do you have other people outside?
Younger people helping. We have younger people helping. And they're very willing to help.
Because it's good to get the support from both ends of the spectrum.
Yes, we do. We get younger people volunteering time to help us.
Okay, that is fantastic. So let's go back to your future vision. Where do you see the senior citizen Islamic society heading to?
First of all, I see us getting a community center, a base, where we can use whenever we like. We've started an exercise program at Hijra.
Very good.
Every Sunday morning, for the elderly, every Sunday morning from 9 to 10. We have a session there. And then people are enjoying it.
And what has been the turnout? Is it both males and females, Brother Yaqub, or is it just the females?
Only.
Okay,
only sisters.
Okay.
Only sisters.
And what has been the response? Because this is an intriguing idea.
It is fantastic. People are looking forward. They call each other and say, "Are you going to the session?"
Great.
They're happy coming to the session.
So let's get back to your community center.
We want to get a community center, inshallah, and so that we can plan, have a lot of exercise class. We can have a computer, equip the senior citizens to make them feel that they are worthwhile.
They've got a purpose.
There's purpose, and they are doing something. Set up a computer base where they can come, and those who are computer literate can go and do some work for us on the computer. Have a library, you know, where they can come and read to others. We can have classes for grandparents teaching grandchildren, reading, writing. Have, you know, after school. Have a lot of activities going on in the center. This is what we're looking forward to, and we hope that inshallah we should be getting that soon.
I think that's a fantastic idea, giving our senior citizens, our moms and our dads, an idea, you know, that they still have a purpose. Yes. Life is not over yet, and they can still give back to the community even at that age. And if, you know, your objective of trying to get them involved in the community, I think it's a great one. Therapeutically, I think that is really good for them, so they have a sense of self-worth, they have a sense of purpose, that they can do something even not in their homes. They can go out in the community and they can still give back. You know, you're never too old. You're never too old to make a difference, and you're never too young to make a difference.
True.
Age is really no barrier in Islam. Exactly. Because it reminds me of a hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said to an elderly woman that only young people are going to be in Jannah. Do you remember that hadith? And she started crying. And then the Prophet said to her, well, everybody's going to be in Jannah. We'll be young again. So youth is relative. So I'm really fascinated that you have this vision of getting a community center, because we always talk about a youth community center. I've never really heard people focusing on having a community center for the elderly. And so that's an intriguing idea. That's really, you know, something, I think it's a first, because we are focused on the youth. The youths, they're the leaders of tomorrow. But what about today? What about our elderlies? They are the future.
Yes.
They're not the end.
No.
Very good.
And they have a lot to offer.
And they still do.
They have they have abundant skills, and they have so much to offer.
So what are some of the reactions, both from the male and the female? Maybe both of you can let me know. When they do come out to these sessions, how do they feel? How do they react? You know, they wait from 1 month to the next. Do they feel like part of the organization, like you're one big family? How do they react to coming out?
They do. They look forward to the session. They call me and ask me, when is the next session? If find it's being delayed. But I have to wait until I get a lecturer.
Okay, so it's on a monthly basis, and then you inform them.
I let them know.
Okay, and get back to the brothers, Brother Yaqub, because you know, it's always the woman making an impact and making a dent in society. Do you have other brothers who are working with you and are willing to, you know, stand by your side and sort of promote the idea and the mission statement and vision of the Senior Citizen Islamic Society?
We do have.
And what are their roles? You know, how do they assist you with this?
Like Brother Musab, for instance, is one who helps us, and he helps to deal with the spiritual aspect of people's lives. We have other brothers who are volunteers and they're willing to do just anything. Fundraisers, whatever. Brother Shazam, Mohammed is one, and the brothers from Hijra, Brother Wazim is very enthusiastic and always helpful, and even Imam Rabil.
Very good.
And from Jamaat al-Muttaqeen, Brother Amo is always willing to help us in any way, providing meals, providing finance, whatever.
And it's refreshing to know that you're mentioning names from brothers from parts of the community, and I noticed they're from different masajids. And it's refreshing to know that you can tap into the resources of the outside, you know, and get the support of the community. Would you like to see more of that? You know, how do you...
Yes, of course. Brother Shiraz Abdul, he's there at every session we have. He's a pharmacist and he works with the individual on a one-to-one basis. He explains the drugs to them, how they can take it, when they can take it, don't take which drug not to take with another drug so to prevent drug interaction. He is so good with drugs and the old senior citizens. They love him.
That's
and
good.
also Dr. Shireen Mohammed, she also assists him. They're both really good with us.
And it's good to see that they are getting involved and coming out and joining forces. And I'm still curious in terms of the wider community. You're mentioning individuals, but on a community level, and other organizations on a larger scope, do you have the support at that level and not just individuals in the community? Because I know that's might be a political question, but...
It is political because we have not been able to get the support of the different Jamaat.
Or the organizations coming on board. And why do you think this might be a problem?
I don't know. It may be political.
So I guess our message today would be to get across to our viewers that the Senior Citizen Islamic Society transcends all organizations and all barriers and all age groups. It is for everyone. It is to assist the entire community, regardless of what masajid you belong to, regardless of what organization you belong to, and regardless of your age group, obviously. So our plea today would be to try to involve the community. And what would you like to say to the community out there? What would you like to say to our viewers in terms of their involvement in Senior Citizen Islamic Society?
To begin with, we would like to get a community center. And we have already saved about $30,000. And the building we saw is going at $200,000. So we need to raise some money. So those of you who can afford, whatever you can give it to us so we can put it together and get a center.
And you want to make this center a reality so that it can service the entire community.
That's right, correct.
You're saying, okay, I agree with that and I really support the idea. So we're not getting, correct me if I'm wrong, we're not getting the support from the community, from the larger community, as you should be, as you expected actually.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's sad, you know, but Allah knows best, and we're hoping that inshallah, after people view this program, that they will be more informed of what the senior citizen Islamic society is all about, its goals, its objectives, its future plans, and you really have some grandeur plans for the organization, and we pray that inshallah it does materialize. Is there anything else you would like to add about the organization, about your projects, your programs upcoming? Maybe when is the next one? Our viewers, I'm sure, would like to know when is the next program.
The next program will be on balance, and that will be a very interesting program. We have some of our Nova, Southeastern. She will be assessing, she's done that before, reassess balance testing and initiate measures to prevent falls or to correct the imbalances. In other words, she's coming with students. They will assess an individual and initiate what it can prevent.
So on an individual basis,
yes,
so they're coming
one-to-one. Yes,
that is fantastic.
Yes.
So individually customized for that individual, they can come in and talk.
At the end of this month or early next month, soon.
So viewers can look forward to hearing when that is going to be. I'm sure that they would like to spread the word and have others coming around. Okay, we've been talking to the president and founder, Sister Yuna Khan of the Senior Citizen Islamic Society, and the co-founder and secretary, Brother Yaqub Khan, of the said organization. If you would like to get more information, please contact the number at your screen, 954-964-4293. They would be happy to give you more information about how you can get involved, how you can make a difference. Because this is what this program is all about. Bringing individuals from the community, both locally and nationally, who can make a difference. And you can assist these individuals in being committed to making a difference, because one person definitely can make a difference, and that difference can go a long way. Please stay tuned again for another edition of Who is Who in America and Your Community. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.